Konnichiwa, everybody, and welcome back to Musical Planet. I'm John Jacobson, and today I greet you with the word konnichiwa because this is how people say hello in today's Musical Planet destination. For today, we travel to the land of the rising sun, more commonly known as the Empire of Japan. Japan is an archipelago or string of islands on the eastern edge of Asia. There are 4 main islands: Hokkaido, Honshu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. There are also nearly 4,000 smaller islands. Japan's nearest mainland neighbors are the Siberian region of Russia in the north and Korea and China on the west. Almost 4/5 of Japan is covered with mountains. The Japanese Alps run right down the center of the largest island, Honshu. The highest peak is Mount Fuji, a cone-shaped volcano considered sacred by many Japanese. Human beings have lived in Japan for at least 30,000 years, but it has not always been a group of islands. During the last ice age, Japan was connected to the mainland Asia by a land bridge, and Stone Age hunters were able to walk across. When the ice age ended about 10,000 BC, Japan became this group of islands. Japan is one of my favorite destinations on this musical planet for many reasons. First of all, because since it is made up of that collection of islands on the far edges of Asia, it has managed to maintain a good deal of its unique personality, even when other countries sometimes seem to be growing more and more alike. In other words, Japan is like no place else on earth. In Japan, 99% of the people that live there are still of Japanese ethnicity. In fact, in Japan, they have another word for you will often hear if you are a visitor there. The word is gaijin, and it basically means anything other than Japanese. Japanese food is very different from food in Western countries. There's lots of rice, fish, vegetables, but little meat. With little fat or dairy, this diet is very healthy, which helps Japanese people live on average longer than any other people in the world. The Japanese people have a deep affection for the beauty of the landscape. The ancient Shinto religion says natural features like mountains, waterfalls, and forests have their own spirit, like souls. Japan is the only country in the world with a reigning emperor. Emperors have no real power, but they are still revered as a symbol of the country's traditions and unity. So what about the music of Japan? The word for music in Japanese is ongaku, combining the kanji symbol for sound with the kanji gaku, which means to enjoy. Enjoy sound. You gotta love that. The music of Japan includes a wide array of performers in distinct styles, both traditional and modern. Traditional Japanese music is quite different from Western music, as it is often based on the intervals of human breathing rather than on mathematical timing. Just think about that for a minute. When we count music, we think of maybe 3 or 4 beats a measure, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. While in traditional Japanese, they are organizing it by how many breaths we take in a given time frame. Cool, huh? There are 2 forms of music recognized to be the oldest forms of traditional Japanese music. They are shomyo, or Buddhist chanting, and gagaku, or orchestral court music. The biwa is a Japanese traditional instrument, a form of a short-necked lute. It was played by a group of itinerant performers, biwa hoshi, who used to accompany their stories. Another instrument you may have seen or heard of is the famous taiko. This is a Japanese drum that comes in various sizes and is used to play a variety of musical genres. It has become particularly popular in recent years as the central instrument of percussion ensembles whose repertoire is based on a variety of folk and festival music of the past. Because they are so big, in the old days, taiko drums were used during battle to intimidate the enemy and to communicate commands. Taiko continued to be used in the religious music of Buddhism and Shinto. There is even a video game, Taiko Drum Master, that is based on this ancient drum. Another Japanese instrument is the 3-stringed lute known as the shamisen. And still another is the bamboo flute called shakuhachi. And one of my favorites is the 13-stringed zither known as the koto. When I hear the sound of the koto, I am immediately transported back to Japan and the unique folk music I so enjoyed there. Do you know what the pentatonic scale is? Well, go to the piano sometime and play only the black notes. The two group together, followed by the next three. That's what a pentatonic scale sounds like. In certain parts of Japan, especially Okinawa, the pentatonic scale is widely used and gives the music of this area of Japan its very recognizable sound. Of course, rock music, jazz, something called J-pop or Japanese pop, orchestral music, heavy metal, punk rock, hip-hop, and karaoke are huge in Japan today, just like they are in most of the world. But I have to say, I think I like the old traditional Japanese music the best because it sets Japan apart from the rest of the world in such a beautiful and distinct way. We started this short journey to Japan with the greeting konnichiwa, but now it's time to say sayonara instead. Sayonara is the Japanese way of saying so long until we meet again. And indeed we will very soon somewhere else on this musical planet. This is John Jacobson saying, be nice to your teacher, and sayonara, my friends, until we meet again.